cross country at Aquinas, and then track and field there in the spring.
Wow.
Yep.
What fields, track and what sport, what events in track and field?
Well, for high school, I do like the 2 mile, 1 mile, 4 by 800, 800, and 400.
Oh, that's not enough.
So,
All right, that's right. That's enough.
yeah, next year I don't know what I'll end up running because all the distances are different, and I don't know what I'll have me in, but probably like the 1300 or 1500 or something like that.
And a field of study you think right now?
Sustainable business.
Sustainable business?
Yeah.
Very good. A favorite memory of Coach Pierce?
All right, I remember there was one practice that Jack and I showed up late together, and for some reason you were just like super pissed with everybody on the team that day. And I remember Jack and I walked up and we had our shorts like sagged below our ass, and you always hated it when Jack and I sagged our pants. And that practice, for some reason, we kept like swearing, and every single time we did, you would make us like run laps, and you'd be like, all right guys, pull up your pants and stop swearing, or else you're not going to be playing with us. And you just got like really mad about it. It was funny. And Jack and I were just like, yeah. Like,
today's been a success.
Messing with Coach.
Coach Pierce?
I always liked JB's attitude. He never came mad. He never came upset. He just always came happy. And so, you know, even if like Jack was doing something that was driving me nuts, all I had to do was look at JB, and I feel like, you know, it is about having fun. Life is too short, and at the end of the game, it's just a game. And so, your attitude always helped all the time.
Coach Homick?
I agree with the attitude. He always had a very positive attitude in the games. And the other thing that I just always remember is in practices, no matter how far apart we put Jack and Jimmy away from each other, they always seem to be joined at the hip.
So give it up for Mr. Brett. Mr. Bell, we got some plans for the fall?
I might be going to Hope. Yeah, might be trying out a soccer team. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, maybe a couple of schools still on the radar for you? Yeah. And area field of study, you have an idea? No, that's all right. I changed my major 5 times. You'll be fine. Favorite memory of Coach Pierce?
There's not really one specific one. There's kind of both. Yeah, nothing specific.
Now, this would be an interesting change.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, only one Coach Pierce. Mr. Bell.
Well, there were 2 games where Jack started to break his hand and then broke his hand. And it was a clear breakaway. And he's like, literally from me to Mike from the goal. And he jacks it 30 feet over the goal. And he drops the F-bomb and he punches the ground. And Will and I look at each other like, he's either going to get a red card for the F-bomb or he's going to break his hand. And you know, you can see him shake his hand a little bit, and he trots off, he's playing. The next week, exact same scenario. Drops the F-bomb, even louder, punches the ground, and as he's standing up, the ref is like right next to him. And he's, what'd you say? And Jack looks at him and goes, fuck. He just walks away. He was just so stunned. He's just like, well, please don't say that again. And he walked away. I was just like, oh my word. He was probably just blown away that he was so honest, not like indignant or anything. He was just like, that's what I said. But then we had practice that Monday. And so Jack was at practice, and he's kind of favoring his hand a little bit. I'm like, what's wrong? I think I broke my hand. Like this golf ball was swelling on the top of his hand. So, yeah.
Coach Homick.
Pretty much everything. I think Jack's determination. It didn't matter how big the guy was. Jack would take it all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bell. Give it up for
Alan.
Mr. Bell.
We'll work with the girls team. We'll work with the girls team.
Crossover. You got some plans for the fall?
I'm planning on going to Wheaton College to study business economics.
Yeah, and you're going to be playing lacrosse, is that right? No, a little soccer, soccer. Excellent. How about favorite memory of Coach Pierce?
Every practice arranged, you would slide on the balls and see how far we could go. I thought that was going to be fun.
Well, you really love your high-tech favorite memory, Mr. Fusto?
Reese is always like the secret weapon for indoor because, you know, we'd always play either up or mixed age league, and just in the wintertime, you never could always have a full team, so I always wanted to roster a couple extra people, and I knew that Reese would say yes to anything that had to do with the word soccer. And so we'd always roster up Reese, and then when people would be like, hey, who's playing this year, who's playing this year? And, you know, go down the names, and they'd say Reese's name. All the guys would be like, sweet, we got Reese.
The ringer.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mr. Homer.
So Reese never actually played on our team, but he always played. You know, if we needed a player, he was always willing to play. He enjoyed the players that we had on the team. Always was willing to do whatever we needed to be able to support a tournament or whatever we were playing.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Bustover. Let's give it up for What are we doing in the fall?
Going to the University of Chicago.
University of Chicago, and what are we going to study there?
Economics.
Economics, excellent. Our country needs your help. Tell us to borrow less. Are you going to play a little soccer? Good deal, good deal. How about a favorite memory of Coach Pierce?
Yeah, I remember one time we had a tournament in Saginaw. I wrote down with you, your whole family. I stayed in the room with you guys, and I slept with Joe in between the snoring and him hogging all the blankets and hugging the whole bed. And I got like 2 hours of sleep. That was pretty fun.
But you played the best games of your life the next day.
Yeah.
2 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I won a tournament, I think.
Coach Pierce, how about Mr. Capitol?
So as you guys get older, you may have already experienced this. If you want a date, and the date is extremely beautiful. You walk into a bar like this, and guys turn and look. There's like this specific feeling of going, she's a good. And you just kind of spread around like the best one in the room with me. Well, Nicco's skills were pretty obvious to everybody, pretty much since he just walked out on the very first, U8, U9 team. And every coach in West Michigan wanted Nicco on the team.
I will have to admit, I think at U9, you were my first pick. Coach Pierce, sorry, Alan, you were number 2.
I love walking out to a tournament where we were going to see a team that we've never seen before. And you could see the coaches are like scouting out all the players, and Nicco would just be kind of casual, and all of a sudden he would do something, and you could see the coach be like, whoa. And I'd be like, he's with me.
Coach Homer.
So again, never played on a team that I was involved with, but totally enjoyed watching him play when he played for Zealand.
Yeah. Hey, give it up for Mr. Capitosto. Where's Mr. Pierce?
He's been battling a little bit.
Oh, shit. All right. Mr. Albert,
We can still go interview him.
Yeah, I'll be attending Lake Forest College.
Outstanding. And hope to play a little soccer there? Mm-hmm. And do you have an area of study?
I'm thinking finance.
Finance. That's a good field. It's a great place to be from. I have 2 degrees. I know that part of it. Favorite memory of Coach Pierce?
I think in the summer when we all went and slept at your house. Then we got up really early and went running.
Oh, that's fun.
That was fun.
Good time. That was.
How about a favorite memory of Mr. Albert?
It's an easy one.
Just an hair.
The long hair streaking down the side of his head. It was awesome.
It was the power. That was the power of the hair.
Yeah.
That's right. And Coach Homer.
Again, his foot. I think he had a shot when it was accurate.
All right, let's give it up for Mr. Albert. And we're finished with Mr. Pierce in absentia. So, Joe,
We should just go join.
Yeah.
We can all go.
How about you go in there? We'll FaceTime off your phone. No. So you got a favorite memory of Sparrow? He's going to be, by the way, Joe's going to be at Hope. Hopefully in the fall, swimming.
Swimming at Hope.
Yep. Studying, do you know?
he'd like neuroscience, but it's only a minor there, so he's going to probably do something with biology.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Favorite memory of your son?
My favorite memory of Joe was the very first team that we were on, and I wanted to coach really, really bad, but we always had this talk every year where I'd say, do you want to play again? Sure. Is it okay if I coach? Sure. But the very first time he said it was okay to coach, I knew that kind of the world had just opened up, and I'd get to meet guys like you and do things like carpool with Alan and with Schoolie and sometimes with Micah and with Joe. It was always really fun because after a while they forgot that I was in the car. I learned the most incredible things about what it's like to grow up. And, and with Jack, I mean, it was just, I was part of the furniture in the car, and that was the coolest thing. And it was a great gift Joe gave me.
Cool. Coach Holmick, your favorite memory of Mr. Pierce? Joe Pierce?
He had a pretty good, his attitude was, but I think he got that from his dad. But actually, Joe, what I remember is that he would play any position we'd ask him to play. And I look at it as he was a utility player that he could play anything. So he helped us out in quite a few games where we had struggles in an area where we were able to put him in and he shined.
Outstanding. All right, in abstention, let's give it up for Mr. Pierce. I got one last story, and this is a life lesson for you all. So U9, we're out there to coach, and the club had specifically asked the two of us not to coach together because they wanted two U9 teams. So Coach Pierce and I had to make a tough decision because both our sons were playing. And Coach Pierce basically agreed to, he said, if one of our sons we think is a little higher caliber than the other, that guy gets to pick the team first. And during the tryout, at that time at U9, Mr. Pierce said, pick your team. Guys, that's thinking bigger than yourself. That's thinking about what's best for the whole in the long run. And the beauty of that sacrifice at that time is the next year we got to coach together, and then this guy got to be your coach for many years thereafter. But it started with a self-sacrificial decision based on what was best for the idea of player development. That's a life lesson I want you to take with you. Let's give it up for Coach Pierce. All right, you're late for a date night. I know. You gotta go.